When it comes to relationships, many older men often wonder what truly attracts women and how they should treat them to create a bond that feels genuine, lasting, and meaningful. The truth is, women are not always seeking material possessions, wealth, or outward displays of masculinity. What they crave most is how a man makes them feel through his actions, words, and consistent treatment of her. Older men have an advantage here. They usually carry more life experience, patience, and wisdom compared to younger men. But experience alone isn't enough unless it is translated into the right behavior. The way a man treats a woman determines whether she feels valued, cherished, and drawn toward him, or whether she feels neglected and eventually pulls away. Let's explore in detail how older men should treat women if they truly want to win their hearts. Number 1. Show respect in every interaction. Respect is not just about avoiding rudeness. It's about creating an atmosphere where a woman feels that her thoughts, emotions, and presence are genuinely important. Many older men mistakenly assume that women only want to be impressed by achievements, money, or status. But in reality, a woman falls for the man who makes her feel respected consistently, whether in public or private. Imagine a situation where a woman is expressing her opinion on a topic. An older man who interrupts, dismisses, or belittles her perspective, even subtly, immediately weakens her attraction toward him. On the other hand, if he listens attentively, asks questions, and acknowledges her viewpoint, she feels deeply valued. This respect is powerful because it goes beyond surface-level attraction. It builds emotional trust. Women notice the small things. The way you introduce her to others, whether you cut her off when she speaks, whether you look at your phone while she's talking, or whether you remember what she shared earlier. Number 2. Practice patience and understanding. Patience is one of the most underrated qualities that older men can use to their advantage. Many women feel that younger men often rush things, whether it's making decisions, moving the relationship forward too quickly, or expecting instant results. But what makes an older man stand out is his ability to slow down, listen, and allow the relationship to unfold naturally. Women often test men's patience in subtle ways. Sometimes she may share a long story about her day, filled with details that may seem unnecessary to him. A man who becomes restless, looks distracted, or responds with irritation instantly makes her feel unheard. But the older man who listens calmly, nods, and genuinely tries to understand her emotions, not just her words, creates a powerful emotional connection. Understanding also means realizing that women process feelings differently. For example, when she's upset, she might not want solutions right away. She may simply want to be heard, comforted, and reassured. A man who interrupts with advice too soon often seems dismissive. Instead, patience means letting her express herself fully, then gently offering support without forcing it. This shows emotional maturity, something women deeply crave. There's also the matter of timing in relationships. Many men, out of excitement or insecurity, try to push intimacy or commitment too fast. Women love when a man takes his time, respecting the natural flow. When an older man is patient, it signals confidence. He doesn't need to rush because he knows her interest will grow as trust develops. Another layer of patience is in disagreements. Every relationship has conflicts, but how a man handles them determines the outcome. A woman quickly loses respect for a man who raises his voice, becomes defensive, or storms away. But when he stays calm, listens to her side, and responds thoughtfully, she feels emotionally safe. Number 3. Offer genuine support without expecting anything in return. One of the most magnetic qualities a man can show is being supportive without turning it into a transaction. Many men unconsciously attach conditions to their support, whether it's expecting affection, appreciation, or something in return. But women quickly recognize when help isn't genuine. A woman admires the man who encourages her dreams, celebrates her wins, and stands by her during struggles. If she's working on a career goal, studying for an exam, or chasing a personal ambition, your encouragement means more to her than material gifts. It shows that you don't just want her beauty, you respect her individuality. Support also shows up in small ways. For example, noticing when she's tired and offering to help with something practical, or reminding her of her strengths when she's doubting herself. These moments create deep emotional bonds. Older men often have the wisdom to see the bigger picture. Instead of competing with her success or dismissing her worries, they can provide perspective, reassurance, and encouragement. This balanced support makes her feel that she can lean on you without being judged. And here's the key. Don't make her feel indebted. Women dislike when a man helps them and then constantly reminds them of it. Genuine support is quiet, consistent, and unconditional. Over time, she'll recognize your loyalty, which makes her want to stay by your side. When a woman feels you're her safe place, her supporter, not her critic, she becomes deeply attached. And once she sees that your support comes from love, not expectations, she'll give back even more than you imagined. Number 4. Maintain emotional and physical self-control. Control is one of the most attractive qualities an older man can display. By control, we don't mean suppressing emotions or avoiding intimacy, but rather the ability to handle impulses and reactions in a mature way. For example, in moments of anger, a younger man might lash out, raise his voice, or act aggressively. But when an older man demonstrates calmness, he proves his strength lies not in force but in composure. Women feel safer with a man who can manage his emotions instead of letting emotions manage him. Self-control also applies to physical desires. Many men ruin relationships by pushing intimacy too soon. But when an older man respects boundaries, lets attraction grow naturally, and shows restraint, it makes her trust him more. Paradoxically, restraint increases desire, because she feels valued as a person, not just an object. Even in daily habits, self-control matters. A man who manages his time, finances, and lifestyle well gives the impression of stability. Women love the feeling that their man is reliable and won't let impulses jeopardize the relationship. Ultimately, control communicates discipline, security, and maturity, qualities women crave when choosing a partner. Number 5. Lead with confidence, not ego. Confidence is magnetic, but ego is repulsive. The line between them is thin, and many men confuse the two. Women want a man who knows his worth but doesn't need to constantly prove it. Confidence means making decisions calmly, walking with purpose, and treating her with certainty instead of doubt. For example, planning a date thoughtfully, expressing your feelings honestly, or standing by your values even if others disagree. These actions show inner strength. But ego is different. It seeks validation. A man with ego brags about his money, status, or achievements to impress her. At first, it may seem appealing, but it soon feels shallow. A confident man doesn't need to announce his value. It naturally shows through his behavior. For older men, confidence also means embracing age with pride. Instead of trying to act younger, own your maturity and wisdom. Women admire authenticity over pretense. When you lead with confidence, she feels guided and inspired, but not overshadowed. Confidence makes her feel safe in your presence. Ego, on the other hand, makes her feel small. When you strike the right balance, she'll see you not only as attractive but also as a man worth following in life. Winning a woman's heart is less about what you say and more about how you treat her. Older men who understand this have an advantage, because experience teaches them that relationships aren't about games, they're about connection. By showing respect, practicing patience, offering genuine support, maintaining self-control, and leading with confidence, not ego, you create an atmosphere where a woman feels valued, safe, and loved. When she feels these things, attraction happens naturally. She doesn't just see you as a man, she sees you as her man. And that, more than anything, is what makes her choose you above others.